Thank you for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Coming up, more of our election coverage for the March 5th primary. That includes the races for state assembly in San Diego County. Should there be limits to jail security when it comes to employees? The Sheriff's Department still hasn't added a step that advocates say will reduce in-custody deaths. And a potential breakthrough when it comes to the science of obesity. See what's happening at UC San Diego that might help us better understand the barriers to losing weight. We start with the ongoing recovery for victims of last month's flooding in San Diego. Part of that recovery might include a class action lawsuit. Melissa May tells us about the pending legal action.
On behalf of the flood victims, attorneys Mike Aguirre and Maria Severson are starting the claims process in order to file a class action lawsuit against the city of San Diego.
The class action allows us to sit down with the city and say, we can give you a release of all of the claims of every single person that's been damaged as a result of this storm water deficiency, and negotiate a settlement with them.
Shane Harris with the People's Association of Justice Advocates says stormwater drainage has been an issue for the city of San Diego for over 25 years.
It could have been prevented. Measures could have been taken to address this, and something could have been done by the city of San Diego to ensure that the creeks were flowing properly.
Severson says their office has helped file claims on behalf of 10 flood victims so far.
It's important that is a process that is a prerequisite to a lawsuit, and it's important that the claims are filled out correctly because you have to not only describe what you've lost, but also your legal theories.
Severson says this lawsuit is going to get flood victims just compensation for their damages.
Under the Constitution, government cannot take your property, can't take your home, can't take your personal things, can't take your furniture, unless it pays just compensation. Here, that's what we're going to get these people. We're going to make sure that the city fixes these problems so it doesn't happen again.
But Aguirre says this lawsuit is about more than money.
We are not just suing to get damages for the victims. We are asking a court of law to issue an injunction against the city to require the city to establish a storm water utility. That's what responsible cities do.
Aguirre says a stormwater utility would provide funding for all stormwater-related activities. That includes development and maintenance of channels and drains. Melissa May, KPBS News.
San Diego city leaders have made street improvements a big priority recently, but a lot of work still needs to be done. Katie Hyson spoke with frustrated residents in one district who say they're still waiting to see results.
We have more potholes than you do bullet holes at a shooting range, and it don't seem to bother our elected officials.
Evelyn Smith is one of a half dozen District 4 residents gathered at Malcolm X Library. Aurora Valdez says the poor streets keep her from getting to class at San Diego State.
I don't have a car right now. It broke down. I'm sure the streets didn't help, but it broke down. And I've been taking the bus, and because of the construction, because of the closed-off streets, sometimes the bus does not come.
Valdez says she has to use scarce food money for Ubers. Rob Campbell says the poor pavement is dangerous.
Everywhere we go, if you try to walk, a sidewalk just suddenly ends and you're dumped into a street. And the street is in such poor shape, kids can't ride their bikes. I can't push a stroller with a kid because the stroller wheels get stuck.
It's dangerous not just for children, but for the neighborhood's many elders and people who use mobility devices, says Andrea Heteru.
Yeah, I saw a friend of my daughter's trip over. His wheelchair tipped over on Manzanares, hitting potholes. Actually, I've seen it a couple times.
They report issues through the Get It Done app, as the city encourages, but rarely get a response. And when they do, it's disappointing.
Si hay 5 baches, solamente reparan 2 y dejan 3.
Zamudio says they repair 2 potholes and leave 3 on the same street. Or they close off the streets for a long time, and when they reopen, it seems to be worse.
Right in front of Encanto Elementary, they closed that off, and now there's a huge dip in the road, and cars go on the other side of the street to go around it. This is all day. Everyone's doing it.
Fixing roads is expensive. The worse they are, the more it costs, exponentially. The city's recently released pavement management plan advocates a, quote, best value approach, stretching budget dollars the farthest by improving the streets that aren't as bad. It would get the city's streets to, quote, satisfactory condition overall, but it leaves District 4 behind. It spends the least there, $144 million over 10 years, and the most, almost double that, in wealthier District 5, which currently has the best street conditions. In response to questions, the city said the Streets Division worked with the Department of Race and Equity and factored equity into the scoring.
Now, they've included equity as part of the formula, but somehow, the way the numbers shake out, we always end up at the bottom.
The formula also gives weight to roads that are used more. But Hateru says their roads are used less because the city has underdeveloped their district.
And to me, it's the same game that they've been playing for ever. You know, in one era it was called desegregation, in another era it was called affirmative action, then it became diversity and inclusion, then it became equity. It's just talk.
District 4, with a high concentration of low incomes and Black and Latino residents, was one of the worst hit by recent floods. The water rose in minutes, but residents say the problem grew from decades of underservice by the city.
It just feels like we're always waiting. And if it's not going to come, then just stop talking about it and just say that you just have, you know, a concentration of poverty and that's where you put everybody, and then a few people will be able to get out, and that's how the world works. But that's not how I see it. You know, I love this community. When I get off the 805, I always feel like I'm home, that this is home for me.
Young says she doesn't have another 60 years to wait for equity. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
Voters in San Diego County now have their ballots for the March 5th primary election. To get informed, please go to the KPBS Voter Hub. It's available in English and Spanish. We have all of our stories on the candidates and issues, along with important dates and other information. Go to kpbs.org and look for the link on our homepage. Among the races voters will decide are several seats in the state assembly. Scott Rodd and Jacob Ayer tell us about some of the local candidates.
Assembly District 75 has a huge geographic footprint. It encompasses most of East County, including a 50-mile stretch of the southern border west of Jacumba Hot Springs. 6 candidates are in the primary race, and 2 have emerged as frontrunners to represent this Republican-leaning district.
Well, I just want to restore common sense to Sacramento.
Andrew Hayes has endorsements from the state and county Republican parties. He's currently the district director for State Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones. Hayes says the border is one of his main priorities.
Top of mind is securing the border and looking at how we can stop folks from coming across and bringing crime into our local communities.
Hayes says he also wants to stop fentanyl distribution and curb the placement of sexually violent predators in his district after their release from prison. The other frontrunner will be a familiar name to many San Diego voters, Republican Carl DeMaio. He served on San Diego's City Council from 2008 to 2012 and currently hosts a local radio show. DeMaio is also taking a hard stance on the border and asylum seekers.
We do not have an obligation to take care of the welfare and benefit of everyone who just wants to show up in America and say, hey, taxpayers pay for me.
He says he's in favor of legal immigration with a strict vetting process.
We want people to come who can play by the rules and follow the process.
Other top issues for DeMaio include opposing new taxes and implementing a voter ID law. A third Republican, Jack Fernandez, is also running in the primary, along with Democrats Kevin Jusa, Joy Frew, and Christy Doherty. Scott Rodd, KPBS News.
California State Assembly District 77 includes Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach, Del Mar, coastal portions of the city of San Diego, and Coronado. Democrat Tasha Berner has been its representative since 2022.
It comes back to my experience. I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman.
Berner says her goals for the district remain the same.
My top priorities in my district are really around the environment, around ensuring that people have opportunities. And when I say opportunities, I mean, do they have good jobs? Do they have health care? Do they have a place to live?
Her challengers include Republican entrepreneur and financial advisor James Brown. His priorities are homelessness, housing, education, and the environment. Brown says he understands the struggles of poverty from his own experience.
I think that the issue with a lot of the politicians now is that they were never homeless. They couldn't even relate to being at the bottom. And you're just going to throw money at something and hope that it changes, rather than provide the opportunities to help people that are in the situation to get out.
Autism researcher Henny Cooperstein is the other challenger. Like Berner, she's a Democrat and says she's campaigning to provide a voice for the neurodivergent. She has autism herself. Cooperstein says she wants more financial accountability and transparency when it comes to government program spending.
If they're not publishing, successful outcomes, and that they don't have, if they have a surplus, then it needs to be legislated where it goes to. If they don't have a surplus, if they close out in a deficit, we have to see what's going on.
The top two candidates in the primary will go on to the general election in November. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News. Akilah Weber has represented the 79th District since 2021, but she's now running for state senate. Lachey Sharp-Collins, Raquel Vasquez, and Colin Parent are running to replace her, and Weber has endorsed Sharp-Collins for the seat. Sharp-Collins is an adjunct professor at SDSU who has lived in the district her whole life. She says her top priorities include addressing inequities in education, health care, housing, homelessness, and environmental justice.
What better person to have in this office who really has walked a mile in their shoes? Because I know what racial discrimination is. I have witnessed drive-by shootings.
Parent is a council member in La Mesa and CEO of Circulate San Diego. He has endorsements from a wide range of local Democrats, like Congressman Scott Peters and Assemblymember David Alvarez. Parent's top priorities for the district include homelessness, affordable housing, and road repairs.
We need to give people homes, we need to get them services, we need to get them off the streets. And then housing affordability being number two. The rent is way too high.
Raquel Vasquez is the final candidate. While she doesn't have any major endorsements, she's been the mayor of Lemon Grove since 2016. Her priorities are similar to Parent and Sharp-Collins, but with some nuances.
My top priorities are housing and homelessness, jobs in the economy, and public safety. And as mayor, I've successfully addressed these key areas on a local municipal level.
Assembly District 79 covers much of southeast San Diego, La Mesa, El Cajon, Lemon Grove, and Spring Valley, with a total population of roughly 500,000 constituents. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
This election season, we've gotten a lot of questions from viewers about the Central Committee contests on their ballots. Here's KPBS reporter Alexander Nguyen with an explanation.
On the March 5th presidential primary ballot, after the presidential candidates, there's another party-nominated office on some voters' ballots. It's the County Central Committee, and depending on your party affiliation, you can vote for up to 6 or 9 candidates. Like the presidential election, the Central Committee election is every 4 years, and it's a little-known office for voters like Caleb Harris, who submitted this question to the KPBS Voter Hub. I want to be informed of my local candidates, specifically for County Central Committee. I'd also like to see a definition of the roles/responsibilities. To answer your question, Caleb, we went directly to the local Democratic and Republican chairs.
First thing we do is we endorse our Democrats, and then we also vote on the budget, and we also support the Democrats.
Becca Taylor is the chair of the San Diego Democratic Party. She says committee members also helped set the party's platform.
And in between election cycles, we work to, recruit people to run for office and build up their skills and, get involved in the community.
For the Republican Party, the duties are similar.
We also have different jobs for each person that's on the committees, such as precinct ops, candidate recruitment, communication. So there's, each one is assigned a job to do, and that's how they contribute to the party as well.
San Diego GOP Chair Paula Witzel says people elected to the Central Committee can also be selected for leadership positions in the local chapter. Another difference is that the Republican Party's Central Committee districts are based on the county supervisorial districts instead of the state's assembly districts like the Democratic Party's. And Republican Party members can choose up to 9 candidates, while Democrats choose 6. So, how can you learn about the candidates? The parties say it's a conflict of interest for them to endorse any candidates. As a party member, you can get more involved with your local chapter and learn about the candidates. If you have any questions about the ballot like this one, drop us a line at kpps.org/voterhub and we'll try to answer them for you. In the newsroom, Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
When voters elected a new sheriff last year, in-custody deaths were a big issue that candidates promised to address. But a policy recommended by a law enforcement review board has been denied by Sheriff Kelly Martinez. Katie Hyson spoke with policy advocates who say lives are at stake.
The Citizens Law Enforcement Review Board, or CLRB, first recommended body scans for employees entering detention facilities years ago to help prevent drug smuggling. Then Sheriff Anthony Ray rejected their request, saying frequent scanning risked health and morale. Other jurisdictions across the country have similar body scanning policies, including Arizona's Maricopa County. When Kelly Martinez rejected the recommendation in November, she cited things they have done to reduce overdose deaths, like drug seizures and providing overdose reversing medication. But her office didn't give a specific reason for this denial, even when KPBS asked.
What would you be worried about or what would you be afraid of? If you could save a life and perhaps weed out employees who shouldn't be there, that's a win-win.
The county reported 146 suspected overdoses in their detention facilities last year. They haven't given CLRB power to do anything but make recommendations.
I will always wonder where the drugs came from, how the drugs got into the jail.
Sunday Weddle, whose son died of suspected overdose in San Diego Central Jail, asked the board to keep pushing.
And to my son, Saxon Frederick Rodriguez, may you rest in peace.
CLRB voted to resend the request now, and every time someone dies of suspected overdose in the detention facilities. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
Here are some of the top stories this week with our audience online at kpbs.org. The military identifies 5 Marines who were killed in a helicopter crash in San Diego County. A new exhibit reveals Coronado's hidden African American history. And love and business. Meet 3 San Diego couples who started businesses together, and we'll have that story a bit later. There was also interest in a series of small earthquakes in Imperial County. KPBS environment reporter Eric Anderson says the quakes were far from typical for that area.
The U.S. Geological Survey says the earth began shaking just after midnight. The largest event measured 4.8 on the Richter scale, and that quake was felt in San Diego.
Between 12:36 and 12:59 a.m., there were 4 activations of the Shake Alert Earthquake Early Warning System, 3 of which there were alerts delivered by several of our alert delivery providers to the public throughout the region, in one case up to 87,000 people.
All told, there were more than 65 quakes or aftershocks stronger than magnitude 2 on the Richter scale. 15 were stronger than magnitude 3, and 2 topped magnitude 4. All were centered in or around El Centro along the Weinert Fault.
I mean, as far as we know, this fault has not ruptured in the historical period, which really only goes back to the late 1800s. We really don't know much before then. But it is well expressed on the lake bed, which means even through the agriculture, which probably means it's ruptured in the last 300 years.
The Weinert Fault is part of the southern San Jacinto Fault system. That system generated a sizable earthquake back in 1987. It measured 6.3 on the Richter scale and injured nearly 100 people in the United States and Mexico. The long, quiet fault runs under a pretty big Imperial County town.
We can clearly see this crossing the desert floor in agricultural areas prior to when they decided to flatten all the fields. So in 1937 air photos, the fault is very, very clear, and it goes straight through the central, diagonally through El Centro.
The fault line is capable of generating a magnitude 6 earthquake, which can be damaging. Geologists say it's concerning that the seismic activity occurred along a fault that's been relatively quiet for such an extended period of time. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
Scientists at UC San Diego say they may have made a breakthrough in a condition that contributes to many health issues, obesity. SciTech reporter Thomas Fudge says the new research holds the promise for future treatment.
Researchers at Alan Seitel's lab at UC San Diego were looking at the way cells store and burn energy. They hypothesized that shutting down a molecule called RAL-A in lab mice would cause their cells to burn less energy. Therefore, more fat would be stored and more weight would be gained.
So when we made the mice and looked at them, we saw something that was kind of shocking. We saw the opposite effect.
They found those mice became much more efficient at burning fat and controlling weight.
And then we put these mice on high-fat diet for a long time, and we noticed that they didn't gain weight like normal mice do on high-fat diet.
Saltiel says it was one of those hypothetical mistakes that led to a valuable discovery, that RAL-A in its natural state was helping the body store fat. In a sense, it was causing obesity. It's been shown that the more overweight a person gets, the more difficult it is to lose weight, a classic case of adding insult to injury. The difficulty losing weight is also due in part to another discovery of Saltiel's lab. With obesity, a cell's mitochondria literally break into smaller pieces, making them less able to burn energy. Saltiel says he believes our body's focus on protecting fat stores is a throwback to ancestral days when food could be very hard to come by.
We are very efficient at storing energy because we think a famine is right around the corner.
Getting back to the present time, Saltiel's lab has identified a target, RAL-A, and they've created a RAL inhibitor to deactivate it, causing mice on high-fat diets to not gain weight. It doesn't take a lot of imagination to wonder if shutting down a human's RAL-A functions could do the same thing and help cure their obesity. Saltiel says it's not a crazy idea, but mice aren't people, and it's hard to know if giving this stuff to people is a good idea.
No clear idea that it's safe, but we don't have an idea that it isn't safe. So it's one of those things we would have to investigate.
Clinical trials on live humans are not on the horizon, but Saltiel says they're starting to experiment on human tissues. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
Valentine's Day was this week. Many couples celebrated living together or raising a child together. But what about starting a business together? Caterina Portella spoke with the owners of a local pizza shop on how they keep their relationship and business going strong.
The walls of Sisters Pizza on 4th Avenue are covered in photographs of smiling faces. Each one is a tribute to family, friends, and even lost loved ones.
So lots of pictures all over the restaurant. There's some more over here and on the back wall. Basically every square inch of free wall space that we have are photos of loved ones.
With loss and love is exactly how Sisters Pizza began.
In 2016, my sister passed away very unexpectedly, and at the time I was a teacher, but my dream was to own a pizza restaurant. And with her passing and realizing that life is so short, I decided to leave my job teaching and live the dream now and open the restaurant.
Emily Greenlake and her sister Kate always talked about opening a business together. They shared a love for pizza, and among their ideas was a small pizzeria. But when Kate passed away, Emily found that it was too much to do all on her own. That's where her husband Trevor Lake stepped in. He quit his job at an auto body shop to work full-time at Sisters Pizza.
I think it's being able to see each other every day and just the interactions with people. It's nice to see Emily's personality have an opportunity to really communicate with our customer base. And we just enjoy it.
The old saying goes, never mix business with pleasure. But for Emily and Trevor, it's a different story.
There's a lot of positives, there are some negatives, but really when you have the ability to work with someone that you love and someone that you like and someone you think's funny, there's no replacement for that. People talk about like their work wife or their work husband, and we actually have that, like for real. So there's more positives than negatives. It is a challenge, but it's worth it.
But of course, running a small business is no easy task.
I would say for any couple or any one person in a couple that's opening a business that your partner is going to be involved, it's probably impossible to just completely compartmentalize one from the other, because small business ownership especially, it's such a huge responsibility, and there's so much that goes into it that if you are in a partnership, it's automatically going to be the other person's baby too.
They say keeping the restaurant going also brings them closer to the community.
You know, in a restaurant, you work every holiday together. You work nights together. So there's a lot of friendship and community. That's the best part.
Her advice to aspiring couples in business?
Be patient with one another, especially in the beginning when you're figuring things out. There's no right answer. And so just understanding that both of you are learning at the same time. So no one's the expert. So just kind of work together to make it happen, because if you don't have patience, it won't work.
Soon, Emily plans on going on a short trip with old friends. Because of her husband, she doesn't have to worry about Sister's Pizza while she's gone.
I'm going to be going away for a few days next week, and I feel 100% confident being away from the business, knowing that Trevor's there to hold down the fort. And I mean, even if I'm gone for a few hours, I know that he has my back. So that's a really great feeling.
I'm Katerina Portella for KPBS.
We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Thank you for joining us.